Hi, this is Carolyn, and I'm here with Erin and Carla. And tonight we're going to discuss why you shouldn't quit adult recreational tennis. So, Carla, let's start with you. Have you ever wanted to quit tennis? And maybe tell us why you shouldn't.
Yes, I have wanted to quit tennis several times, actually. And I think I've decided that I should not quit because this is a sport we get to play. This is something that we get to go out and have fun doing. We can play in the middle of the day. We can play on the weekends. And, I think I'm competitive, and I didn't realize just how competitive I was. So the times that I've wanted to quit have been because either my partner and I didn't have the same mindset or the same mentality about playing, or it's kind of been a situation where I've gotten down on myself. Like maybe I lost a really close match and I'm just like beating myself up and I wanted to quit. But then I realized just recently, like, this is a privilege, right?
Yes,
we get to go out here. We don't get paid.
Right.
So we get to go and have fun. I think it's just one of those things where you have to have the right mindset, right? You just have to know that this is...
Right.
It's a sport. It's competitive. There are some times you're going to win. There are some times you're going to lose. And as long as we keep getting better at the sport, working on the game, and we're having fun, I think that's key.
Yeah.
You, Erin, have you ever wanted to quit?
I don't think I've ever wanted to quit.
Really? You haven't? Oh,
I've had bad days.
Yeah.
I've definitely
Yes.
had bad
Okay.
days. Like I've had, either bad practices or bad clinics or bad matches,
Yes.
against people.
Yeah.
And not in the sense of like me not playing well, but maybe like just really not enjoying it. And I think you and I, Carolyn, have talked about it. It's like sometimes you question like, why am I out here? I could be doing something different.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
why am I wasting? I have definitely had matches where I've said, I would rather walk off this court and either forfeit it and go have a cup of coffee with someone I enjoy or, some reason. But I'll tell you why I never wanted to quit, because I never let other people take the joy away from me, because I love to play. I really love to play tennis. So if that means like me in a ball machine or what, I mean, not really, because I really wouldn't do that. But I don't let other people's, whatever attitudes, or I don't let other people get to me so much that I don't enjoy it. I have had bad days. I have had bad matches.
Yeah.
I've had bad partners, but I just think I'm just going to find either, someone else to teach me or, either a different pro or switch partners or switch teams or whatever it is.
Yes.
Because sometimes like there are days where it is not fun, but I never am like, I'm quitting because, I just had this horrible day or horrible match. I'm going to stick with it because I have so much to learn in this sport.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like I'm going to be learning for the next 30 to 40 years if I can actually play for that long.
That's a good point.
Yeah. I'm like, this is something I want to do long term, and I could see myself playing when I'm, really like pretty old. So I'm not going to let someone else like take that away from me. So no, not like, I haven't had a situation where I'm like, I want to quit the sport completely.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
That's a really good mentality.
What about you, Carolyn?
What about you? Yeah.
Yes, I've wanted to quit a bunch of times. I'm really Carla.
Every match.
Not as much anymore, though.
Not
right?
as much anymore. And I think it's because I've had a change in mentality.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I grew up playing a lot of sports where you have an official. So there's someone there to tell you whether somebody fouled you or not.
Neutral.
There's someone there to keep up with the score. So the times that I've really wanted to quit hasn't had anything to do with actually playing tennis. Although there's a number of times I've been out on the court and been like, man, I'm really bad at this sport. But I haven't wanted to quit because of that. It's more a confrontation over a line call or somebody changed the scoreboard in the wrong direction. I'm like, oh God. I have trouble with that because it's an unofficiated sport. And then the only other thing too is kind of, the tennis drama that's involved that, maybe you hear someone said that you didn't play very well one day.
Yeah.
And
why are you on that court?
like,
you get put on
or something like that. And, but I think part of that, like that happened more at like 3.035 that I felt that way. But I think I've changed my mentality, which is I'm just grateful to be out there. I get to play this sport.
Yeah.
I think it was Melanie. We had a guest on that was like an All-American lacrosse player. And she was talking about what a privilege it was to play and to compete at our age. Yeah. And really, this is the only sport we can kind of get better at.
Yeah. At this age.
Right?
Yeah. So totally agree. I remember just recently a playoff match and, it was really hot outside. We played. And so I called Chris, my husband, and the girls on the way home, and they were, like, Mom, did you win? I'm like, no. And my 4-year-old, she says, that's okay, Mom. You just go out and you do better the next time. Yes. And so when she said, I was like, she's right. That's why am I all in my head about this? Yeah. And just to have that perspective, I think it was like, you know what? It's okay. Like, we're getting better. We're practicing. And you're right. Like, we get to go out and get steps in. We get to keep our bodies in shape. And Erin, I do like how you mentioned, like, I'm not going to let someone take away the joy of the sport because I have really, starting to really love tennis. And I don't want to give someone that opportunity to take that away from me.
That's right.
Yeah.
And to find your group.
Yes.
Find the group that after you have a match where something crazy happens, we can call each other and say, like, this is what happened. And to find kind of your tribe of people, true. I think makes it so that you don't want to quit. And then, and the friendships you make, so that's another point.
Yeah.
That I think my only friends are from playing adult tennis, which is really sad.
Okay. But there are some people that don't have friends. Yeah, so, there's,
you guys are my friends, right?
Absolutely. No, I totally agree. And I think, as we play and as we, either bump up or, even start to like see people play. I remember one time we went to watch a match and I think it was a 5-0 match and I walked in and here I am thinking, I think I was a 3-0 at the time. And I'm like, I'm getting a little bit better, blah, blah, blah. And I walk into this 5-0 match and I was like, what sport are they playing? Yeah, it was tennis, but I think you were there.
Yeah, it's because we were like, what is that?
Like a pro league?
Yes. Like, no matter how hard we practice, we're never going to be there.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like the difference between 2-5 and 3-0 or 3-0 to 4-0 or like, there's not a lot of numbers between 3 and 5, but it is a completely different, completely different game that we will. And I love you guys, but we will never get there.
We walked in and it was tennis, but it just looked very different.
Yeah. So our reasoning for playing should be different. It shouldn't be to, win all the matches. It's to get exercise. Or
and to tell you the truth, this might sound a little strange, but I have thought about that I was kind of glad, like I did a lot of sports growing up, but I never played tennis. And maybe that's why I like it so much now. Like a lot of people get burnt out on sport, on a sport that they've done their whole lives. Right. Some, and Carolyn and I have had plenty of guests on the podcast that have said, I played as a kid and then I didn't play for a long time and then I came back to it. But like I never had that experience. So for me, this was like all new. So I feel like I have a lifetime to learn. I've told our pro before, you will make a lot of money over the next 2 years. I'll be here for a long time. And that, again, not only not taking the joy, but like knowing that I have so many years to learn new things and to grow. Like what other thing in our lives, unless you, I don't know, pick up some sort of craft or something, like where are you learning new things consistently?
Yes.
You know? Yes. Like it's not just like hand-eye coordination or whatever, but it's like you're literally learning something new every time you go out on the tennis court. And I've always said, Carol, I don't know if you might be buying into this now, but we talked.
We talk a lot. Yeah, we talk a lot.
But yesterday, I think we were talking about like, the difference between 4-0 and 4-5 is huge.
Yes.
And we also said we will never get to that level.
Yeah, you will.
This year at least.
Yeah. Not rebuilding years. But there is so much to learn. Yes. And so to think about even like getting to the next level is like, there's so many things to it. It's not just a ball and a racket and a net. It's like a million other things that you have to put all together, strategy and everything else. And to me, that not keeps us young, but it's like we're just to be able to learn all that and to have really competitive matches. Like I would still rather have a really competitive match and lose.
I agree.
And learn during that match than just go out and like beat whoever. That's what we were talking about. It's like, why be at like a 4-0 level or a 3-0 or a 3-5 if you're winning everything?
There's no challenge there. There's no challenge. Yeah, I agree. And I actually talked to someone the other day. We were talking about how it's important to play up, like to play with people that are better than you. Yeah. And that makes you better. And we were trying to identify why. Like, why Is it playing with someone that's better or people that are better? And I told her, I said, I think you can't overthink it. It forces you to step up.
Yes.
Like it forces you to just, figure it out. Either you're going to figure it out or you're going to get blown off the court. But I think you just kind of step it up a notch because you're organically in an environment where you have to.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think it's different too. Like not different, but I think there are two different types of personalities. There are personalities that just want to win. There are people that take clinic that just want to win. Like they want to win.
Do
clinic.
well in clinic.
As opposed
They're going to
to,
get the gold star for the clinic.
Right. Well, I did get gold stars this week, but
She did.
You
No,
did.
literally
Literally, there are
did.
people that want to win clinic
Yes.
or win a match,
Yes.
no matter what.
Yeah.
I would rather I go into clinics knowing I'm going to learn something and then maybe not implement it for a long time because I'm just a little slow or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But then there are people that want to step on a court and play a match or play a practice with friends or be in a clinic or take a lesson that are literally there to continue like lifelong learning about the sport. So I'm one of those people. I'm one that I don't want to quit based on, like I said, an opponent or a teammate or a team or whatever, because I know there's so much for me to learn and, like do in the future with the sport.
Yeah,
Not that I'm ever going to be a 4-5, but like I have a lot of years of 4-0 to learn a lot of new things. And I have a lot to learn.
Yes.
Believe me.
I think we all do.
A lot to learn.
I think there's also something too about like in a match, you're playing a match, that momentum shift. Like you're, whether you started out in the first set and you just, kind of got a slow start, have no idea why you're out there.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, the second set, you're like, you're balling and everything's going well. And so I think also just not quitting is important to just stay there because the momentum can shift. In any given match, any given day, your partner could be having an amazing set, and then you want to like do better because you don't want to let that person down. So I think just making sure that like you're in it to get better, to not quit. Because I think in life, just aside from tennis, like I don't want to quit. I don't want to quit life.
Right.
So I also don't want to quit tennis. Yeah. And I think you're right, Erin. Like losing is okay because you learn in losing. There are things that you can learn from losing that you may not learn from winning a match.
Right.
Yeah.
And I thought about not quitting overall, but you're talking about not even quitting
in a match.
Yes.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
So double not quit.
Yeah, double not quitting.
Don't quit in the match.
Don't quit
the
sport. And don't quit the sport. Because you never know. You could come back and you've lost the first set, you win the second set, and you then end up winning in a tie break 10-8 or 11-9 or whatever the case is.
Yeah, for sure. That's a really, I didn't think about not quitting during the match, but I was thinking of the overall sport.
Yeah.
Like I'm done.
I'm done with all of it.
That's how I'm going to leave. Is I'm done and just throw the racket down on the court. Yeah. It's probably
I'm done after the first set.
No. Thanks very much to Carla and Erin. If you'd like to see us, we videotaped this episode and you can check it out on our YouTube channel, which is Second Serve Podcast. Thanks so much for listening and hope to see you on the courts soon.